since it's already such a long delay and it's 12 after, y'all just would not believe I was flying from Lake Charles here. I pulled up and got the computer up and running before I even came in the house. I got my laptop up and connected. Oh, you're so good to me. I left stuff out there on the patio. Okay, so we're going to just jump right in. I know y'all had plenty of chit chat time already. So let me talk about some of the supplements that we have. And I know the video on this laptop isn't as good as the one y'all used to seeing me at my house. But, okay, one of the things I wish I had done a long time ago was get our supplements started much, much sooner. I took longer to start some of those things than I wish I would have. And I don't want y'all to make the same mistake I made. Some of the things that I took so long to start, I didn't understand why I needed to start it sooner. So we're going to just talk real quick about the basic LLV. When you talk about supplements, it all starts right here with this pack, okay, this supplement pack. And this is a multivitamin. See? VM, I don't know why, vitamin multi, just remember it like that. But food nutrient complex, it is just a regular multivitamin, except it is beyond regular. It is the balanced amount. I had all these images I was going to pull up and be able to show y'all, but I'm not going to be able to do it after all. But what you can picture is like a bell curve. Okay, so before the 90s, supplements didn't have enough. All right, and then in the 90s, y'all remember all those mega packs, and you'd get that like a little sample pack, and it would have a gang of vitamins, and it was 1,000 times the RDA for whatever it was. Y'all all remember those? Most of y'all have your video out. Shame on you. I can't see your heads doing this when your video is not showing. Okay, so whenever we had the mega packs, we were way up overdone. And it was more than our bodies need. And although vitamins are extremely hard to have too much of, there are some things that you actually may end up needing. My cord is in that black bag probably right there. My little thing just popped up that said I only have 21% of my battery life. Wouldn't that be great? Let's have a battery die in the middle of everything else. So Nita's going to hook me up with plug. Now, what then happened was doTERRA has used technology to optimize a vitamin. So this multivitamin peaks out at the top of the curve for what your optimal dose is, so you're not getting mega and you're also not getting too little. And it is an absolutely wonderful. They've got a patent pending on what they're doing. Now this one is the omega. Our omegas is unlike any other omega. Our omegas have to do with the sources of omega that are essential oil-based sources. So you're talking about the right sources, but the things that are not, like calamari from the ocean, so you don't have that really fishy, nasty aftertaste with some of the omegas. You also have flaxseed in it as an omega, which is great, and you're not having that that nasty, you know, after you take an omega and you kind of get that fish burp that you get afterwards. You don't have that with this omega complex. And again, it's optimized on that bell curve for what we should be taking. But I want to kind of, I know I'm going fast, but I want to kind of go past that to this one, the Alpha CRX. This is a cellular vitality complex. Now our Alpha CRX, okay, the whole trio together, you're looking at reduced pain, reduced inflammation, better sleep, fatigue lifting, seasonal support. So we all know about our lemon, lavender, peppermint. We know about Tri-Ease. But you get seasonal support with just your multivitamin pack when you're taking your LLV. Immune strength, so stimulate your immune system to have better immune building. Brain support, heart support, even weight loss. Now, I know that's like everything is all about, and listen, I've got some serious pounds to shed, so I am excited about learning that it is a moderate amount. Don't expect to start taking the LLV and throw down 50 pounds in a month. But if you are just seeing a gradual weight loss because your body is functioning correctly. Now, this Alpha CRX, what I want you to think of when we say it reduces oxidative stress, think aging, okay? So oxidative stress and free radicals are two of the biggest culprits that cause our bodies to age prematurely. We get wrinkles prematurely, our hair goes gray prematurely, our skin starts to sag and it doesn't have elasticity, and we're dry. We're dry in our mouth and we're dry in our body. We're aging. And you can think back to your grandparents and think, what were the things that made them seem like they were aging compared to your parents or compared to the people you knew? However, this threesome, they are wonderful, and they're balancing, they're connecting your body's or functions so that they work properly. And they've actually, when I tell y'all that they have turned the supplement industry on its ear, that is not an exaggeration. GNC, Vitamin World, Vitamax, all these companies that are known for theirs to be the cutting edge, top of the line, they're scrambling to catch up with the technology that doTERRA has put into our supplements. So I'm going to put them to the side. Okay, one of the things that I wanted to mention that I almost forgot was a tummy tamer blend in our multivitamin. They have what they call a tummy tamer blend. It's in my book, which is probably not in my car, not the other one. But and it listed out like a series of oils, and it's the peppermint, ginger, it's the things that we know are tummy tamer. They're in our multivitamins. So if you're someone who has digestive issues, taking a multivitamin from doTERRA actually can help with more than just your energy and your vitamin level. Now, the supplement, the LLV, starts with saying 4 a day. But most people are fine. Start at 2, cut it in half, cut your cost in half, and get the energy and all the results that you need starting at 2. If you need to increase, by all means, increase. I just left a very dear friend of ours that's been doing the LLV, who has experienced severe pain for a lot of years, and after just about 7 days on LLV, she had more energy and less pain than she had felt in those 7 years of all the physical troubles that she'd had. She has actually reduced her alpha CRX back to 1, and instead of taking so much of all of these, she's cut her cost in half. Now, the alpha CRX, remember, it breaks the cellular membrane. It works on a cellular level to regenerate cells and keep them functioning the way they were designed to function in the beginning. And it's a regenerative process, and you can start it, and after a week or 2 weeks or a month, you may realize that you feel differently and you can make an adjustment. Either you need to increase it if you're not as energetic and vivacious as you want to be with enough, or you can cut back like she did because it was more than enough for her. Now, I'm going to move on to some of these others that I want to highlight. I know I went fast through those, but everybody kind of should be at least familiar with LLV. If you're really, really new, that's fine, but if you've been around a little bit, you've heard us talk about lifelong vitality. DDR Prime. Okay, DDR Prime is one of the things I listed in the last week as one of my all-time favorites. I wish I hadn't taken so long to start. It is not just an oil blend, and yes, I use it in all my capsules. And remind me to tell you some bad news at the very end. I don't want to get sidetracked on it, but that video has to come down. But anyway, so the good news is we'll get to redo it, and so we'll get to talk about our favorites again. I'll tell y'all why in a minute. But DDR Prime also comes as a soft gel. So the DDR Prime, remember, is your essential oil blend, the frankincense. It's the powerhouse oils that go to work on a cellular level and regenerate your body's ability to function the way it was supposed to when it was at its optimal. I mean, I just think back to my late teens, early 20s, and goodness, if I could have that again, right, that's where I would jump to. DDR Prime is anti-aging, aches and pains. It is anti-inflammatory, cellular regeneration, lowering of cholesterol issues, brain, liver, thyroid support, all these things. That's really the key parts of what make us age. So when you are struggling with those issues, and I want to definitely, keep it compliant. We're not going to talk chronic, okay? We're going to talk occasional. We're going to talk maybe even frequent. But you're talking, these are the issues that you're battling. DDR Prime should be one of the first things you go to. You can add it as a soft gel. Okay. Terrazyme enzymes. Why on earth did I wait so long? I literally opened this here in Louisiana because my order came in just before I left. and I've only taken it 2 days. I should have been taking it since January. Terrazyme enzymes, when we talk about enzymes, we're talking gut health. So overall gut health means we're going to be using Terrazyme, our digestive enzymes. We're going to be using DigestZen. We're going to be using our PB Assist, which is our probiotic, prebiotic. And we're going to be using GX Assist, which is our gastrointestinal cleanse. Now, when you look at your enzymes, understand that digestive enzymes, your gut has a flora, and it has digestive enzymes. It has a microbiome. I know I'm doing science. Hang in there with me. I'm not going to go real deep science on you. But in that flora, those little biomes, whenever you have food, it needs those enzymes to break food down so that it can be used as a source of energy. When you have the standard American diet, the SAD diet, which is really sad that it is, but when you have that, your gut flora is totally eradicated. It has populated the wrong enzymes and the wrong digestion, and it has eliminated the ability to provide the healthy digestion that you need to break food down. This has the digestive enzymes, they're live, and that's what they should be, just like probiotics need to be live. And they populate your stomach with the right things to break your food down. So before it ever goes into the intestines, you're already beginning to get out of it nutrition. You're already beginning to get out of it what will alleviate heartburn and indigestion because it's being digested. It's being broken down. That's part of the process of less bloating, less gas when you eat. When your body breaks down in your gut what it needs from that food, it doesn't get stuck there and have no way to go but up or down, and that's where we have excess gas and we have excess belching and we have all these problems that when our bodies were young and right, they didn't function that way. You also get increased metabolism. That blew me away when I read that today. But here's the thing that really got me on why didn't I start it. If you have autoimmune disorders, which so many of us do, and I can look across the video panel right here, and nearly every one of you have an autoimmune disorder, you may or may not realize. I see diabetes represented. I see I know I pronounced it wrong, Tanya. Your Sorgens is there. I know I don't say it right. But there are several things that I know from y'all that you have. If you have autoimmune disorder, you more than likely, let me do my best to keep it compliant, more than likely experience either occasional or even perhaps frequent issues with gluten. And eating gluten, whether you've gone gluten-free or not, okay, doesn't matter, still inhibits your ability for your gut to not be permeated. Your gut wall, your stomach wall, is supposed to be solid, and it should not allow things in your bloodstream in, and it should not allow what's in your stomach to get out. It's supposed to be solid. When you eat gluten, no matter whether you're gluten sensitive or not, gluten causes your wall of your stomach to have openings, not big like my fingers, but little small pinhole openings. And it allows things from the outside in that should not be there, and things on the inside to get out into your bloodstream. That's called gut permeability. Gluten, no matter whether you're sensitive or not, is a culprit to a lot of problems. This has a proprietary blend of anti-gluten enzymes that break down gluten in your gut before it ever leaves your gut. I am blown away, and I know I get excited about science stuff that y'all probably all think I'm crazy, and that's okay. Just trust me on this one. You need to be taking enzymes because they're going to help you even if you don't have gluten sensitivities that express themselves in autoimmune disorders. Does that make sense? I know I'm going kind of fast. I see a couple of heads saying they're okay with it, and the rest of y'all stinkers that aren't showing me your faces, you just have to, I'll have to assume that you got it. All right, let's move on to DigestZen as a soft gel. DigestZen as a soft gel, y'all know the blend, and I keep that blend with me in my purse because of the problems that I've experienced. But not only is it good for constipation, diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome, it's also helpful. It's a soft gel you can take if you're having troubles vomiting, heartburn, indigestion, or if you even have reflux. All right. I know that's a lot, and I know I'm trying to go fast, and I'm sorry because I'm trying to make up ground from running so late to even get started. In your pack for your digestion, Digest Zen, if you go into that area under yours, you're going to see the Cleanse and Restore. Okay? Cleanse and Restore. Your GX Assist. In October, I'm going to start a challenge for everybody, you know, whether they're doTERRA or not, to do a Cleanse and Restore for the month of October. And it's going to include the Terrazyme we'll do every day, your multivitamins every day. This is only 10 days. And this GX Assist is going to cleanse your colon, cleanse your intestines, your small intestines, your large intestines. When we have blocked intestines, we don't get the nutrients from our food. We don't have the energy that we need to have. It also causes, guess what? Excess weight. Why? For two reasons. When you have a colon that's blocked up and you're not allowing the walls of your colon or allowing the nutrients to pass through, when you eat food, if you understand how calories work, you can eat, say you eat a carrot, and for most people it's called 10 calories, okay, for a carrot. Because on average, a person would take and eat a carrot and they would have about 10 calories worth of energy to break that carrot down. If your body is working harder and longer to break that carrot down, and it stays in your body, in your colon, a much longer time because it's not moving through. And if you experience constipation, if you have you don't have a regular bowel movement every day, then it's staying in your system longer, and that same carrot that somebody averaged with a normal functioning digestive system gets 10 calories out of, you could get 20. It could be a 40-calorie carrot for you. Depending on how long it's in your system, it could be a 50 or 60-calorie carrot for you. So now all of a sudden, your carrot is adding calories to your body and you're gaining weight because it's staying in your body longer and it's absorbing more and more out of it than what it would be if it just passed through. Cleaning out your colon will help your colon to let the nutrients flow through back and forth on your colon walls. But what do you do after you clean something out of everything that's in there? Now you have to replenish what you took out. So we're going to move on to our PB Assist. This probiotic is also patent pending, and it is cutting edge technology. They have taken, you might not be able to see this on the thing, they have taken, if you can see how it's kind of clear on the end by my index finger, but it's dark on the end by my thumb, they have taken and put prebiotic wrapped around the probiotic in your capsule. So prebiotics are something that's just now kind of gaining some notoriety, that they much needed notoriety. It's the food for your gut flora, for probiotics, for the enzymes that are in there. They need food to work just like any other worker. If it's a worker in any environment, it has to have its own sustenance. So prebiotics feed the gut flora. And then about 12 hours later, time release, the probiotic is released into your system. There is nobody else that's doing this. This is cutting edge stuff. And when you just buy your own simple probiotic, you're getting both of them in one capsule. So we should be taking probiotics every day. If you have any kind of gut issues, every day. If you take an antibiotic, you absolutely please take a probiotic. Eat some yogurt and take a probiotic. If you're taking antibiotics, it is eliminating all of that gut biome, and you have to replenish it. Okay? Whew, I know that's a lot, but I'm not done. Give me one more minute. I need to tell you about our women's blend. It's the whole system. We have phytoestrogen and we have a bone nutrient complex. Our bone nutrient complex is absolutely top of the line. You know, a lot of people take calcium supplements because they have weak bones or they have bone density problems. And even what they take is not absorbed and used, and it's not as beneficial to their bones and their bone structure as it should be. And I mean, they may be packing it in the pill, but your body's not getting what it needs from it. Jill is our little nurse on our panel. Am I right, Jill? So what happens is, when this is not the bone density, what happens is you actually have expensive urine and you pass a lot of it that never actually benefits your body. but not ours. Ours is made of the right supplements, the right formulation. Now, I don't have that one yet, so I can't show it to you, and I can't tell you from experience. But the one that is in our women's supplement line that I can tell you about is the phytoestrogen. So if you're like me, you've avoided estrogen supplements because you're avoiding soy. Because soy, although it went through a phase like in the, again, back to those 90s, but in the 90s, in the late 80s, 90s, and even in the early 2000s, a lot of people were soy, 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 and they realized that if you have a thyroid, they were telling you you need soy, but the soy you were taking was actually doing more harm than good to your thyroid. So what's happening now is they're realizing that it absolutely must be non-GMO soy. I found out for sure it is non-GMO soy in our doTERRA complex, but I was still afraid of it. I have some pretty severe thyroid problems, and I'm very leery about anything soy related. I avoid it as bad as MSG. That's a whole nother topic, but don't eat MSG, but that's a whole nother topic. Anyway, soy, this is the fermented soy. It's the way it should be. I should know doTERRA is going to do it right. Fermented soy is actually, fermented non-GMO soy is one of the best ways to get estrogen that our body can use. It won't reject it. It understands it. It knows what it's getting. It recognizes it, and it doesn't view it as some foreign, invader into our system. But that's only part of it. It is the largest part of the, there's 3 sources of soy, but it also has flaxseed, which is so great for you in so many ways. And then pomegranate, which is another phenomenal source that's good for you in so many other areas of your body. So in effort to keep it condensed, I won't go as far into that as I was hoping with flax and pomegranate, but this is a phenomenal blend. If you're afraid of soy, take a deep breath, order it, and give it a month's try. Okay, just take it for the month that you should take it and see how you feel. You're going to be glad that you did phytoestrogen, and it is done the doTERRA way, which is the superior way to everything else. Okay, our immune, this will be the last thing, and I'll close and we'll open it for questions and discussion. And I'm really, really sorry that it's so late and long. The immune builders that we have. Y'all know we have On Guard, okay, and y'all know I'm giving out the On Guard challenge, and I have had fantastic reports back. All of my teachers have sent me notes. Everyone is getting sick around me, but I'm not. My kids are coming in sick, but I'm okay. I had one who, I won't go in, I had this mix up in the mail, and I had an issue. I had to send out a whole new thing. So there had a gap of about, maybe it was less than a week, that they had run out of their first month's dose that I sent them, and they hadn't received the second one that they could take yet. And one of them said they started feeling it coming on, and as soon as they got the On Guard I sent them, they started taking their beadlets and that soft gel right away, and it was gone. The next day they woke up and they felt fine again. Our On Guard is a phenomenally strong immune builder. It's good for all of this seasonal stuff. But what to understand, I didn't bring it. I wish I would have. I don't have it in my box. The On Guard soft gels have 4 or 5 additional essential oils in the soft gel that is not in the On Guard blend. So you do not take the soft gels every day. It has the powerhouse stuff like oregano that you just cannot do that to your stomach every day because it's too powerful. But whenever you experience an environmental threat and you realize your system is compromised, you take an On Guard soft gel that day and take another one the next day. But it's perfectly good to take a beadlet once a day, every day. A beadlet is about 1/4 of a full drop of On Guard, and it does not have oregano in it. So you're boosting your immune system with the right immune builders, but you're not using the powerhouse things that will actually do harm, over extended time. So the beadlets, but guess what I just learned about the droplets? The throat drops, the ones that's like a soothing for your throat, I knew that it had On Guard in it, and it also kind of gives a little numbing to your, but it also has a couple of ingredients in it that are additional sources to help you get over it quicker. So it is even better than I originally thought. So do your beadlet a day during this upcoming season. Take your throat drop. They're a little pricey if you're not going to eat them like candy. I mean, my boys thought, oh, yay, bag of candy, and we just plowed through it. No, like one anytime you need it, but no, it's not candy. And then a soft gel when you've been compromised or exposed. And that will be a powerhouse to get you through the fall and winter when everybody is struggling. So, whew, what do y'all think about all that? Y'all can start to unmute and type in or show me that you have a question or you have a comment, okay?
Catherine, this is Sherry.
Okay, go ahead, Sherry.
The enzymes, what enzymes are in there?
For the Terrazyme enzymes?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. It has protease, it has papaya, it has aspergillus lactase, and amylase. I don't know if I'm saying these right, Jill. You'll have to correct me if I got them wrong.
You're doing fine.
It has, oh, I know, right? Thank you. This is what we do when you've been friends for life. You share our readers. It has cellulose. No, that's not cellulose. No, these are not the right ones. Oh, wait. Maybe like that. Oh, great. I love you, Nita. You have trichoderma. You have galactosidase. You have betaine, HCl, and glucoamylase. It also has that anti-gluten enzyme blend in it. And then it also has a tummy tamer in it that's peppermint leaf, ginger root, and caraway seed. Did that help?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And by the way, I have this PowerPoint I was going to have running while we were, waiting on it to open. And it has detailed information about all that. So in our group, if you'll remind me, I'll post it, so that everybody can see that later.
Okay.
What else do we have?
I have a comment, please.
Yes, go ahead.
On the soy, I'm glad you brought that up because it is a very controversial subject. And I've done some study on that, and what I found out is soy actually, if you look at the most current studies, have great things to offer, especially women. Some that are going through cancer, some that are having other hormonal issues. But the bottom line to what the scientists have discovered here lately with the problem when people are allergic to it and having all their issues is that it's not the whole. So when you go and shop for soy, make sure that the product you buy is not a soy part, but it has to have the whole bean in whatever it is. So that's the bottom line problem to it. It has to have the whole bean because that's where all the nutrients and all the extra goodies are. And it's just like wheat when they take everything out of it. And then it starts to give us allergies and we have all kinds of problems. But when you go back and you add all of the nutrients, all the other parts to it to make it the whole grain, then you find that you have better health. And it's the same thing with the soy. And it's a very detailed study. And when I get a moment, I'll bring that in writing so I can share it with some of you guys that may be interested.
Oh, Jill, I love that stuff. Anyway, I love the science. So I'd love that if you share that.
Okay.
And that's great. And as soon as you were saying that about the wheat, I thought about the wheat germ. They take parts of it out, and that's part of the problem. And our bodies aren't doing what it should. So whole foods, if you can have grains, it's the whole grain that you need to consume. And I never knew that at all about whole soy. I didn't even realize that was part of it. I knew it needed to be non-GMO and it needed to be fermented, ideally.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jill.
You're welcome.
Are you familiar at all with the Deep Blue supplements that they've come out with, or that they have?
Yes. So the Deep Blue, okay, I haven't tried it myself, so I don't have experience with it per se that I've consumed it. But here's what I understand from the Deep, it's the polyphenol blend that we have. If you're looking at the book, it'll be described as polyphenol blend. And it does not, for those of you who may think it's the Deep Blue blend, it is not an essential oil blend that's now in a pill form. It is different. But the reason they called it the same is because it is supposed to address the same things, which is joint and inflammation, muscle pain, deep pain, and from the inside out. It's had mixed reviews, Heather. I'll tell you the truth. Okay, you know it's not that. It's one of the most recent supplements they put out, even just this past March when Jackie and Frank were with us. Um, it was very new to them then. So we're kind of holding back to hear what more reviews come in. Generally, it's either that they have great results or that it doesn't do any harm, but they didn't get the benefit that they expected. So they didn't get we're hearing more results on the Alpha CRX, you know, from the LLV. Yeah, this one, more results from Alpha CRX and or the DDR Prime to relieve your joint and your muscle and your tendon, your deep inflammation pain from those supplements for now. I want to hear more results before I, you know, throw my money in it. Although doTERRA is so amazing, every time I turn around, I'm very impressed and pleased with what they're doing. I ought to just trust them better, but I'm a skeptic. What can I say? If anybody knows my daddy, they know I question everything until it's proven. So that's my experience with that, Heather. I hope that helped a little bit. Good. Okay, what else we have? Did I go too super fast for y'all? I'm sorry. I know it's fast.
Hey, Catherine, this is Miriam.
Yes.
I just wanted to make a comment. Joel had bought the LLV, and he started taking it, but some time ago he stopped using it. So he has probably like half a bottle left. So on Sunday, maybe Saturday, I decided that I was going to try it out because I'm having some, you know, muscle pains and joint pains and stuff like that. And I've taken them 2 days. I forgot to take them today, but I do feel better. I haven't felt as much pain in my joints as I had in the prior days. And today, you know, I usually struggle at work and stuff, even if I've had a long weekend and stuff. And today I didn't feel as tired. I was able to accomplish a lot more, and I'm still up. Yes, I'm getting sleepy, but, you know, I am feeling not as tired as I normally do. So I think the LV are working pretty good.
That's exactly the comments that we get over and over and over, Miriam. People will take the LLV and they feel so much better, and it starts out gradual, and when they really realize it is when they miss a day, and they're like, wow, I can't believe what I'm missing when I didn't take that. And they realize the increased energy, how much more they get done. I kind of word it as motivation. If any of you experience what I've experienced so many times where it's hard to even just be motivated, like you might feel overwhelmed and have a hard time just getting up the gumption to get up and do something. When I'm on my LLV regularly, I don't feel that. I feel motivated to get up and get it done because I don't feel like I have to overcome my own physical tiredness to just do it. So you do get more done. You are more energetic. You are more pain-free. And you do have that renewed motivation. Excellent.
I have a question on that. How long do they suggest LLV takes to work? Because that was very quick, a couple of days.
Okay, so LLV is your lifelong vitality pack. That's your multivitamin and your omegas, and that's, you know, we take those every day forever. That's something we'll always take, is a multivitamin and an omega. Mm-hmm. That Alpha CRX, the cellular vitality complex, this third part, you don't have to take that all the time. You take it as you need it. And as a matter of fact, Jill, since you bring that up, whenever you go into your back office and you go to order the LLV, yeah, you'll notice that there's also a daily nutrient pack which drops this one off. You may not need, this is only if you struggle. If you're just looking for your multivitamin and you're just looking for your omegas, you're going to choose the daily nutrient pack. And by the way, if you're doing that on your loyalty reward program, whenever you go to add something like, say, this bottle of probiotics, and you have purchased the daily nutrient or the LLV pack on your loyalty reward program, this 34 bottle of probiotics is only $20 for you. Or like Heather mentioned, that our polyphenol, the Deep Blue supplement. I think that's a $64 supplement, and it's 20 or 24 or $25. Yep, that's right. Heather, you got to show me this. Exactly. So you have, can you raise it up just a skosh where it's above? Yeah. So you have the additional, all these additional things, and they're all either 20 or $25 whenever you choose either one of these, either the daily nutrient or that LLV pack. Excellent, Heather. Thank you.
Catherine, I had a question about, there's so many different ones that you're talking about that it sounds like with the problems I have, I need to take so many of these. How do I know which ones are the right ones that I need to be taking?
Okay, so here's how you decide. What you do is you, first of all, I'm a pen and paper kind of gal. So first of all, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write out what are the things that I want to target. Okay, because some of those things are going to overlap. And just taking your LLV by itself or your daily nutrient, which is, daily nutrient, remember, is a multivitamin. We've all taken multivitamins. And it is an omega, which everybody on the planet should be taking omegas. So oftentimes that's going to be the starter for everything, no matter what you're trying to target. And then on top of that, the nutrients, the supplements that you want to take are going to be dependent on what your primary goals are. Are you having, like for you, okay, I know that you struggle with blood sugar. So you may want to focus on things that are going to help bring that under control and bring you some stability. You need stability with having your gut flora correct so that your nutrients are going to come into your body and you're going to get the most use out of them. I'm going to encourage everyone on our team, and hopefully, you know, anybody that wants to join us, to do that cleanse and restore in October, because you know what's coming up? Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and we're going to be filling our bodies full of stuff that we should not be filling our bodies full. We're going to enjoy every bite. So in October, I'm going to do the cleanse restore, and in January I am. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean that I'm going to take everything in addition to that? No. When I do the cleanse and restore, I'm going to take my multivitamin, my omega. I'm going to take my enzyme every day, and I will post the plan and the structure for how to follow that cleanse and restore. Then I'm going to do the 10 days of the cleanse and the 10 days of the restoration, and I'm not going to be taking all the other stuff. Whenever I get back onto a regular path, I'm not going to be taking the GX Assist. I'm going to be switching it back over to my phytoenzymes. So what you're doing is saying, right now, what am I targeting? And until I have that under control, that's going to be the supplements that support that will be what I choose. And Carla, you know Cindy and I will help you decide what is the best thing to target the goal that you have. Don't feel like you're alone to figure that out, okay?
Well, you know, because I had the bariatric surgery last year, I have to take really good vitamins. I have to take calcium every day. So I'm thinking that these vitamins and all should be doing, you know, should replace what I'm taking now, and I should receive more out of those than the ones that I'm buying now.
Absolutely. If you're taking a regular multivitamin, now I'll just tell you, I pinch every penny. I don't throw away things. You know, now I will throw away something that's totally useless. I really, really will. But if I'm still getting decent benefit out of it, I will use it up. And then when I've used it up, I would replace it with the, you know, a lot of my stuff I didn't start because I still had something. I still have my Vitacost Selenium, and I'm going to keep taking it until I've used it all up. And because I do what I do, there's a whole nother bottle that's sitting at my house waiting for me to take it because I got buy one, get one. So that is what it is. Now, and doTERRA doesn't sell selenium, so I'll probably continue with that. But I did not change over my multivitamin until I ran out of my multivitamin I was taking. Then as I run out of something, I start. Now, if you're in a position like you're in, Carla, and if you feel like you're not getting what you need to get out of those, and it's not that you have something better, it's that what you have is not even cutting it, then go ahead and make the change, because you know you're just wasting time and prolonging before you get the better quality supplement into your system.
Well, and see, that's what I was saying. You know, like I've got a long list of medications that I'm having to take, and I'm wanting to sit down with that with you and Cindy, and go across or go down that list of medications and the things that I'm taking them for, and see which supplements and all that I can take, because I mean there's so many, but I mean so many of them cross over to so many different things.
That's right. Well, and yours is, with what you're facing, it is a little more challenging. And Cindy and I, we just, once I get back, or if you and Cindy want to tackle it without me, we get Jill pulled in on it. And but if you want to wait until I get back, and we can just look over what your list is, what are the things that you need to target, what are things that are going to be ongoing. When you've had a surgery like you've had, there's some things that's not going to be a target, it's going to be a constant. Right. And that's fine. So we just need to outline what your primary needs are and what are the things that support that and what overlaps that, well, if you're doing this, you don't need to do that. And if you're not doing this, you must do this, and we'll just sit down together and do that.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
That sounds great.
Okay. All right, y'all, what else? I know I've kept y'all so late. We don't ever go this late. I'm so sorry.
I want to.
Bad news. Nita reminded me about the bad news. Did somebody have something? Who was going to tell me something?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay, so the bad news is when I went back through our video, I really found too many places that we were not compliant in our last video. So I switched it over to private. And the good news is it means we get to talk about all of our favorite things again. We just need to talk about them in a way that allows it to be shared, because that video was shared more than any of the other videos that we've done. I'm so thrilled that everyone got so much out of that one. So I will still be here next week. Cindy and I haven't talked yet about what we're going to do next week. I actually will probably be driving and almost in Georgia, and I may not even be able to participate in next week. We'll see. I'm not sure, but it'll either be that Cindy and I work out a way to do the, or unless y'all want to switch it to next Monday. How does Monday sound? Do y'all want to do next Monday night, and I can do it from DeRitter here still? Is that good for you?
Monday's good with me.
We'll put up a poll, and we'll make sure that, okay, good, it's good with Tanya. Heather, is that a thumbs up from you? Good. Miriam?
It's okay with me.
Okay. Okay. Kathy, I loved having you here. I don't want to switch it to Monday and lose you next week. So, okay. Let's plan on Monday instead, and Sherry, no, Sherry's still here, huh? Oh, good. It's good for Kathy. Sherry's here. She can let us know. All right, so we can either plan on Monday, or we'll just let y'all know if that doesn't work, whatever the alternate plan is. And maybe we can do our favorite things again next week if y'all want to do that. Or do y'all want to go back to we alternate generally, business, product. Do y'all want to do business, or y'all want to do next week redoing our favorite things? You don't need that. Go ahead.
I need business.
You want business. And we don't have to make a decision right now. And so let's talk about it. I'll talk about it with Cindy, and we will announce what it's going to be. And we will, okay, great, Heather. And I know you can use both. So all of us can use both. So we'll see. It'll all come out. If we get to skip a week, it just means we get to have a longer list of more things to think of before I share them again. All right, y'all. Cindy, what do you want to close us with? Can you hear me?
Oh, just remember, guys, if you placed an LRP order of at least $200 and it has processed for this month, processes today before midnight Mountain Time, be sure that you go to the Well-Oiled Machine page and enter to win the convention kit that Jackie's giving away.
Going to be awesome. Hey, Tanya, you had something you were going to share?
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was going to share about the supplements, the LLV. I take half of the recommended dose. So, in other words, I take 2 pills, one in the morning and one at noon. and of all of them. Well, I was having a few issues, so I decided I would cut back. So I was just taking one of everything a day. About a week after I stopped, or I was taking the one a day, I had the fatigue issues again. So I can definitely say that the LLV and all the other ones I'm taking are helping because I have, I've had that fatigue feeling again that I can't stand. So they do work for me.
That's great, and I'm so glad to hear it. When we hear those, that just confirm what we know, it's it's just confidence building. Thank you so much. And listen, we might drop in a little supplements in your class Thursday. That's what we're going to do.
That'd be great.
We're going to focus on, like we said, on the immune and the back to school immune builders, but we can drop in the supplements for sure because they're huge. All right, y'all. What else? Anything else?
What about the book? Are they going to?
Oh, thank you, Jill. Okay. 7th edition Modern Essentials. Listen, y'all. We did not. Okay. The short story is there's a friend of mine that lives in my subdivision that does doTERRA that is not on our team. She's on another local team. And their team is almost to the 36 quantity that lowers the price to the $16.95. So, Truly Essential Life, this one, is not going to be ordered for us in the near future. Like, in the next, probably this month. Maybe we'll look at it next month. But the Modern Essential 7th edition, if you want that, I need your PayPal ASAP, okay? The girl that is helping, that we're combining with their order to get it at the better price, sent me a message on the way here tonight and just asked me if I had a rough number and not an idea, not that I have to give her forward it to her yet, but if you can tell me, and the ones that have already sent it, I know you. I know Heather, Carla, Miriam. I know that y'all already sent me your PayPal. If you commit to me, how many do you want? I can give her that number, okay? If you know it and you can tell it to me now, would be great. If you don't, message it, Facebook it, whatever's convenient for you, and let me know, do you want 1? Do you want 2? Do you want 10? I don't care. I mean, what do you want? And just let me know the number so I can give her a number and tell her. And it's at $16.95. It should be the free shipping, and it is no tax. So it's strictly that dollar amount. And remember, y'all, that's a $30+ book. Now, it looks like the price will be, what, $29? Is that what it said once the pre-order price is gone? It's going to be pushing $30, okay? Once the pre-order price is gone, it'll be pushing $30. So in the past, it's been a $37 book. So just decide and let me know, okay? Thank you, Jill. Woo.
Thank you.
Catherine, I have another question. With what little I've read recently about the convention and everything else, I understand that they're doing like tours in Atlanta, and I think Jackie's going to host one in Asheville and all that stuff. Now, am I correct if I understood correctly that you can buy the convention kit at those tours?
That is correct. You can go on those posts. So like for us in Savannah area, Atlanta is about 4.5 hours. You can get the kit for the $250, same price, has everything in it. It will count as PV for your month's volume, but it will not count as your LRP order for the month, okay? But if you want that and you go to that, you can get the post-convention tour. I'm going to try to put together a group. I don't know how many people I can invade my mother-in-law's house with, but, she loves me a lot. So, maybe a good number. And we can go to Augusta and go on to Asheville, North Carolina, where Jackie is. They're hosting the post-convention stop in Asheville, North Carolina, so we would be able to see Fracky, as we started calling him, Frank and Jackie together have become fracky, if you haven't picked up on that yet for them. But so if you think that you want to try to be a part of that, just let me know and Cindy know and message us, and we may try to pull that one off. From Augusta, it's only 3.5 hours. Now, you know, it's 2 hours to Augusta. It's a longer trip overall, but it'll have that midway point where we sleep over and wake up the next morning rested to go on. So,
Catherine.
if you're anywhere else, you might need to, okay, thanks, Jill. You might need to, you know, look and see what's closest to you. Did I hear you, Tanya?
No, you heard me. I was just going to say, Catherine, on that, actually, the time for that, the one in Asheville, it is not until, it's actually a Monday, and it does not start until 7 o'clock that evening.
Oh.
So, the truth is, I think that, for me personally, I can't go a day before at that point. I will have to stay and do that trip. And then, but the truth is, it's from 7 to 9, and, you know, we could still be back at a reasonable time. I mean, it's not like we're going to, you know, I've certainly driven a whole lot later than 2 o'clock in the morning, so.
Me too.
And keep me awake.
That's right. We've got a group of us. We've got all the chatting we need to stay awake, so.
Absolutely.
All right, that's a good point. I didn't realize that. Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah. So, Catherine, you did a great job as always, and you guys have a great rest of the week, and we'll fill you in on the details for next Monday evening for training. Y'all have a great one.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.